guys, welcome back again to another video. You guys will not even treat me off, like you're not even thinking about it. And okay, yeah. So this video I'm talking about studying and work in Russia. Please, before I continue this video, let me just give a little bit of disclaimer here and there. You know that some of you immigrants, some of you can even be inside Ikorodu bush. I mean, you are so in one place in Nigeria that all this unknown woman is there, but you will carry your mouth, put it inside your hand and type that one country is better than the other, one country is better than when your own, you understand. So this is me issuing this disclaimer. You can see the country, you can see the title, you saw it before you enter. If you know that this is not your destination country or a country that you can use to do step up before you reach this thing, please waka and pass. As you guys have known me on this channel, me, I'm a lover of good things. Like I used to say, the final destination in all our Japa plans should be Canada, US, even UK. You know, they my list. For some of you clients that have reached out to me that you want to go to UK, what did I used to tell you people? UK now, it has turned to temporary Japa. So the permanent Japa, you understand, you know those countries that they are for permanent japa. But the thing is, it is not all of us that can afford this permanent japa. And for most of you that know, and if you know or if you've reached out to me, I always say I'm not a lover of people selling their property. It is okay to japa. It is okay to go and look for greener pastures. But don't empty all your life in Nigeria just because you want to japa. Like I used to say, japa is temporary. You will still come back to this Nigeria. Even in your whole age, you will still come back. And that is why our parents, all this our grandmother, if you tell them come and japa, they will say, hey, they will rather prefer to be inside their village and be cultivating what's it called? To be cultivating, what's it called? Maybe wood or anything, than to japa. Some of us will become Nigerians. The only people that japa can ginger. It's not this small baby that they are 1 year or 2 year old and they can go and taste that, but they might not like Nigeria. But you see, once you spent up to 16 years, no we learn Nigeria, trust me, you are a Nigerian by anything. Even people that are abroad are inside UK and everything. In as much as I know we are jackpotting for money, for security and everything, in one corner of your mind, you miss Nigeria. You cannot be a Nigerian and go to Nigeria and say you don't miss Nigeria. Just be sincere with yourself. I'm not telling you to be sincere with me, but that is just the honest truth. I've traveled there before. If you go to Muritala Mohammed, you can take a walk there, take taxi. So just can confirm what I'm saying. Muritala Mohammed or Munandi Azikwe, just stay there for one full day and help me to count how many Nigerians coming back from UK every day. How many Nigerians coming back from US every single day? Some people are already established in US, they are established in UK, they are established in these countries. But these people cannot even do without coming to Nigeria in a month. Some people in 3 months. I told you people, my former neighbor, Ngbaye, she stays in the UK. This woman, I'm even doubting her status. It's like it's every day she used to come back to Nigeria. So some of us are like that. We cannot do without Nigeria. And that is me. You can see I'm putting on gear forever and ever. I am very Nigeria. Yeah, I'm not happy with the situation of things, hiking price, insecurity, I am not happy with it. But then, Nigeria still has its own advantage. It is not a country that is perfect. Even the UK, even Canada, it is no country that is perfect. As long as you are under this sky, no country is perfect. Like I used to say, choose your devil wisely and be pouring palm oil on top. So in the view of, it is not everybody that can afford Canada this thing. Like I used to say, if you go carry microphone and go to Canada and interview 100 Nigerians, let's just say Nigerians, you or immigrants, ask them, hello, how did you enter Canada? A greater percentage of them will actually tell you that they were in so country, they were in Kinikon country, they were in Kinikon, they were in Qatar, they were in Dubai, then before they actually migrated. This is not me saying we don't have Nigerians that migrated from Nigeria to Canada. We have a whole lot of them. But a greater percentage of them started with from Nigeria to either Dubai, to any of these countries. They package themselves, they earn their skills before they migrated. See, the thing is, I have Canada work visa, I have Canada study visa, I have visas. If you have the money, did you bring it for me that I did not help you to do the package? Shame go all away. Bring it, I will help you now. But some of you don't even have the money, but you are selecting. You're selective. I understand that it is okay to select. There are some countries that you should not even try. Be Afghanistan. It never was like that. But we still have some of these countries that they are still like average japa. You can just use it to on your skills to do this before you go to your final destination. You understand? And like some people used to say, some people even have this money, they are comfortable in Nigeria, just need a place that is secure. Despite everything that is happening between Russia, Ukraine, and the whole world, see, Russia is still 1,000,000% safer than Nigeria and most African countries. Even Kenya, that you people are saying East Africa is killing. Share you see the government to 31 Kenya. Africa as a whole, at any comma. Africa as a whole, at any comma. So, despite everything going on in Russia, it is 1,000,000% safe than even US. I've stayed in Russia. I told you guys I was there for 4 years before I came back 2019. You cannot stay in Russia and then one person should just carry gun and call kill it. It can never occur. It could literally. But in US, somebody can just say, this boy, I don't like the shape of your head. The only thing we can say is justice for after 1 week, everybody go and sleep. Even inside UK. Like I said, I've stayed in Russia for like 4 years before I actually came back. I never experienced theft. See, the thing is, generally everywhere there is theft, right? There are different types of theft. There are some thefts that if you don't keep your things well, they will steal it. That one is personal theft. But it's not those ones that say your life or your money, eh? You know the Russia. They don't even born you where to come and do your life for your money. So Russia is one of the safest places. Till now, despite the old is one of the safest places. Nothing like somebody is kidnapping you, nothing like your life for your money. And like I said, I was in Russia for 4 years. I was staying in my own apartment outside the school. I rented an apartment and I was staying alone as a girl. Nobody came to harass me. And even the door of my apartment, there was all this wooden door that in Nigeria, they don't want me where to stay that kind of house. Nobody they don't even need to say your life for you. They can even blow breeze. The door will open. That's the type of door that I had in my house in Russia. And no hamburger, no anybody came to kidnap. I don't even know my neighbors. Everybody, I think I was the only female in that house. Everybody was just in their space. Everybody was in their own this thing. Nobody come and say. I never lost anything. The only thing I lost in Russia is maybe I had not put the thing where the thing I fell down. And yes, so Russia is still one of the safest places to actually go to. And the other thing is, when you actually go online to make research about Russia, the truth is, generally, you would not really see any good thing about Russia. Like, the media does not portray Russia because they want them to, I don't know, you will not really see good thing about Russia, right? Because of what happened and everything. But like I said, I've been there before. Even when I wanted to go there, they're like, Russia. Most things people say is Russia is too cold. Canada is colder than Russia. Canada, to Russia, and like I used to say, the cold. Are you going to stay inside the Russia in cold and open your chest for cold to enter? There are clothes that you wear, and it's not as if 24/7 you're inside cold. You only just to come from your house, from your hostel, go to school. Are you sleeping outside? And once you enter, there is heater everywhere. Even inside house, there is heater. In your classroom, there is heater. Inside bus during this winter, there is heater everywhere. So how did cold want to enter? How is your whole purpose of this thing? Then another thing people talk about is dislike for black. Yeah, there is dislike for black anyway. Even in Nigeria, we experience this dislike as well. Though, yes, even in Nigeria, we experience this dislike. For example, if I want to rent house, a landlord will tell you, I don't want this particular tribe. I want somebody from this. I know there's one region in Nigeria I don't want to mention. Once you say your name to them, they'll say, the house is no longer available. Even in Nigeria, these things happens. So when they foreigner do it to you, why is it shocking you? And like I said, I've been in Russia for the past 4 years. To me, I did not really feel like I actually felt this dislike for black. I did not think so. I'm not sure. Though I've heard some people say it, I did not feel. So another thing I would say is the way you carry yourself and the way you say you know same person, papa. Me, that once I've left my house, carry my bag, enter inside school, when it's climb. When they close, I come back to my house. Is it inside my house? You come and show me this life for black. I be inside my, because I don't understand. The one that I feel like maybe I might have experienced is maybe if you enter bus when they don't, somebody know to sit with you And that one is not hard. If I sit down inside bus and you say, something happened to your head, you don't want to sit down with me. Stand up, the bus go. It's not as if you pay the space is enough for me. Once they stand up, stretch your leg. Is it that hard? Is it that hard? So it's just one or few times. And sometimes you just sit on your own. Some of these Russians, right, they'll come and sit with you. They understand. The thing is, some of them understand this small English. They'll want to come and practice with you. Sometimes inside bus, I'll be like, please. And you know those type of people that will make you talk. You're like, please, can you just go? But then, you see how to talk. They want to come and practice their English with him. So what's the name of a country? Nigeria? Yes, I have a Kenny-con that came from Nigeria. Waiting concern me. I have a Kenny-con. They will shall be telling you all their story. They even make you forget your bus stop. So the thing is, it's just mixed. Majority of those Russians, they were nice to me. I don't know, personally, they were nice. And Russians are actually nice. They are not so overly cold. Some of them, once they see you as a foreigner, as a black person, they try to converse with you. Like I said, it's a language country. Some of them, they just understand this tata English that they just learned. They will now want to exercise it with you. And we say, you can you correct, we say, yes, that's all. Can you come? So they are not so entirely bad, but we have some of them that are bad. And I've stayed in Russia, like I said. Sometimes when you want to rent an apartment, the landlord can say you don't want black and chemical. And this is me just saying that even in Nigeria, they do the discrimination as well. They say they don't want a particular tribe. They do it well in Nigeria. I did not just want to mention name but I know they do it. And so when they are doing it, I brought for it. And a landlord outside the country telling you they don't want black, they don't want a Nigerian or this is only to the fact that maybe they've had a Nigerian tenant before, an African tenant that did not pay their rent. If now will you still rent the house out? So by Jamie go, so let's be you putting our leg inside their shoes. So aside Russia, even in UK, even in Canada, they do these things a lot. They can tell you they don't want black. They can tell you they don't want Nigerian. They can tell you they don't. So it is your people that is disgracing themselves, right? So I've addressed the dislike for black. Like I used to say, if you want to go to a country that they don't dislike you as a black, stay inside your house. Nobody will see you. If you are inside your house, you are sleeping and waking up, who will see you? Nobody will see you. Stay. So as long as you cannot make money and stay inside your house, you just have to get used to those life. That is just it. But then we have the other thing to consider is the level of disease level. Like I said, even the UK, that all of you people are rushing to, they have the highest listing of this life for black than them that even colonize us. So this is me saying you can actually go to Russia and not feel this dislike of black. You can feel it whichever way. Just have an open mind. It's one of those things. But me, I remember then when I was, I think I'll be attaching the picture. When I went for hospital practice, I was just on my own. I used to say, and then another thing I say is, this life for black depends on your personality and maybe the way you carry yourself. Like we're like 5 blacks in my class, right? And then we're just coming from the hospital. That was how this little girl said that she wants to snap with me. You people know that me Ogbede. Actually, I saw my classmate pointing at me. There were like 2 females, right? And I was the 3rd female, and then 2 guys. I'm not surprised that why is everybody pointing that what happened? They now translated to meaning that this small girl insisted that she want to snap with me. Make it. Why did she snap with 2 people? What is happening? You get? And at that moment, I saw the dislike, a bit the hate in those other girls that why did this small girl choose? My dear, it's not me that said I should be fine, yo. It's not me that say so. The little girl, and you know all these small children, you know they don't used to hide their feeling. In my mind, I was like, so by would have people use style snapped with those 2 girls before coming to me. But you see that small girl, she was just pointing to me. But you know those small children, they don't know how to caution themselves. They now made my 2 classmates to be looking at me in one light that out of everybody is me that I chose. It's not me that said they should choose. It's a little girl that chose me. She saw a very fine, beautiful African queen and she decided to. So that's why I said, so if a little girl, right, a Russian can actually run to me to come and take picture. That's why I said personality differs. There are some people that when you enter one country, the only thing you'll be seeing is they will be disliking. But me, I know I have a very lovable personality. Me can be doing. So that's, like I said, I'll be attaching the picture to see. The little girl actually insisted she wanted to snap with me, despite I can't even speak their language. Just two other girls, they can speak their language, they're African, immediately. I shall know that somebody is translating for me, that she said she wanted to take pictures, and I took pictures with her. So the mother was just there, she was just smiling and everything. So depending on your personality, depending on how you carry yourself, depending on me, I don't really feel it too. And again, to our teachers, do our teachers really show that dislike for black? No. The thing is, these teachers too, they kind of like Africans because they know we're very intelligent, they know we're very brilliant. I remember in my when we were doing Italy, what's the name of this language? Medical Italy, that language, yes, that we had. Do you know that out of everybody inside class that can speak Russian fluently, my teacher said that is me, that my own Russian is on tabi, but on shit, tolo, that me I should come and do conference. That thing caused fight between us, so I changed it for the teacher. That she was like, if I don't go for the conference, the Russian speaking conference, she said if I don't go for it, that she will not sign my final book. And if they don't sign your final book, you know what that means? You are coming back to Nigeria. Now, so I changed it for the teacher. Shey you dey whine me? Italy that even relate to medical. I remember Sabian, the Russian language, aside Raspute, Dobe Ucho. I don't sabi anything. You can't say make I call me. She say she will give me this and I will translate it. Me and teacher, we had issue. And I called my boyfriend in by. She was like, why will we be doing this? I said, when teacher is seeing that I will fail, and she's telling me to come and do uncle. So it's not my boyfriend that I went to come and talk to the teacher. And everything. The teacher said, no, me ganga myself. I have to do this. Mama, she conference. I'll be attaching the picture. Do you not know what I now did? My ex-boyfriend is very good in Russia. So he now translated it. The way it sounds, for example, Dobe Utrum, right? And I wrote it in English language. And I cram it. Me and this girl was come back, Padre Mo. Come back, Padre Mo. So when I got to the conference place, right? Because the thing is, they used to mistake academic intelligence with language. How did it papo? I'm good in anatomy, physiology. This. How do you not think me? I will be? I'm not good with language. I'm not good. I know, sir. Yo, got me. I did the conference. Do you know that when I now got to the conference, I was the only black person there. Only me. I was like, auntie, you are wicked. All these people are Russians. Why can't you look for fellow Russia to come and read this thing? You say, no. Is this Nigerian girl that did not even understand that you pick? Conference I think I still remember this thing. I read it all. And the thing is, when Russians were reading their speech, it was just like, okay, normal. But then when I came on stage, you used to say the way everybody was quiet, ready to listen that, this Nigerian girl to speak their language. Like, I felt this warm reception. Even after the conference, they were just coming to me and they were just saying, I want to know, thank you. I shall know that they are appreciating. Thank you, ma. Thank you. What is thank you in Russia? That was but I know that they were commending me. So I felt really warmed. I felt for the teacher to insist that no, I must read that language. Right? So our teachers were nice. There was not this thing. Even sometimes some teachers will say that she enjoys being in African class, in our African class, than a Russian counterpart. Because, and the thing is, I was the life of the party in that class. See, you know, like I said, that teacher was teaching Italy, right? Yes, Italian. I'm not good with Islam. So, you know, I used to say one thing, that if you don't know book, make sure that you are a noisemaker. Let the teacher notice you. That was how I passed my Russian class. You see, on the day on final exam, even me, I don't even deserve -1. Me, man, kaka. But teacher say, just because you used to come to class, and at least we know that you are in class, just take satisfaction and go, thank you, man. I hear you, Anita. Thank you so much. That was how they would have deported me back to Nigeria, because I can't speak Russian to you. So, if you don't know a language, for example, if you're not good in language like me, just make sure you're a noise maker inside class. Not just anyhow noise maker. All those people that used to put a jasa. They know that you don't know it, but you hear. But when it comes to anatomy, physiology, me normally where I used to like all those notices me that the teacher would like, when the teacher enter in class, they will know that one girl is that's just me natural. And I think that was why she chose me, because Mumbe Yes. There's no this. There are sometimes I'll be in class. I'll say I don't want to talk today. She'll say Dominion. Is Dominion in this class? I'm here once. I don't feel like talking today. She said no. This class is boring. That was I would just start ringing my drum. What can I do? So that was how they chose this Alawi girl you that you should go have it. Alawi led me to another thing. So this is me telling you that some of these Russians, they can just be so nice, effortlessly. They'll just pick on you that no, it is you. Like I said, most times our teachers will tell us she enjoys being in our class than in Russian class because of how she make this is sometimes even inside class when the teacher is teaching, the teacher will deviate and be talking about Africa. Please face the topic. So some of them can be really effortless. So throughout, and the thing is, when I was in Russia, nobody reduced my score just because I'm black. In fact, now that time they go give you mark pass. I tell the people I didn't write any final exam now because my class aggregate was more than 4.8. Every time in class, the teacher will you people know that I told you people, I like to do notice me. I like the teacher to know that there is one girl inside this class. So no teacher ever reduced my mark and say, oh, because you are black, you qualify for 5, I'll give you 2. Nobody. Sometimes it will be as if the teacher is even dashing somebody mark. Because sometimes you might be talking, your brain will just hang that, no, okay. Sometimes they'll just go, actually, you do not hear what I said, you. Sometimes, and another thing is, some of my friends that did the exam, the teacher were not strict on them, like, you know, even in Nigerian settings, they say, hey, if you know Sabi this one, if you can know what you're saying, even if you say it to an extent, like during anatomy, I wrote anatomy exam because I didn't do presentation. I don't like presentation. I was trying to explain where the nerve pass. I said, okay, the nerve will originate from here. I got here, I forgot. I just told her that it will pass like this, it will pass like this. That was how I did myself. I said, it will pass like this and go like this. He said, like how? If you shall pass like this, and if you go like this, and you go like this, the thing will hang in my head. And trust me, she gave me my 5. She didn't even say, because you are saying like this. So they are not wicked people. They are not, if you get your mark, if you deserve it, they will give it to you. I never felt that way, right? And for me, I even feel like it's easier self to actually make do. Not like in Nigeria, they will tell you 100 is for Jesus, 50 is for their family, then 2 is for you. They were not like that. So most Russians can be so nice. I remember even in the apartment I was staying there, I had this Russian person that was selling groceries. Sometimes if I want to go to school, the man is always greeting me, him and his wife. So they can be really effortlessly nice for no reason. They can be really effortless. So I have not really felt that much. The people that me and them used to have counter is all those boat drivers. When you book taxi, those ones were even in Nigeria, boat drivers. So it's a general but some of them can be so nice, some of them might not be so nice. So after saying this, like I said, feel free to make your own research. In as much as the media does not really portray anything good about Russia is still one country I still feel like I can always still move to, right? See that country, like, and again, like I've said, the language barrier, I've just told you, I don't understand jack shit. Aside Dobe Utrom, good morning. Dobredin, good night. If I need anything, I use my Google Translate, or I call any of my African friends, please. Even when my landlord wants to pass information to me, I'll call my boyfriend, talk to him on phone, he will translate for me. So, and I stayed there for 4 years. Nothing happened to me. I was getting whatever I want. And the school I was studying was 100% English medium. I was studying in English medium. So, let's see how they use translation do. If I want to book boats, if I want to book taxi, I'll just launch the app. The thing will automatically bring my address. At least I know the this of my address that okay, this is my number. And we'll use Google Maps. So Russia is an advanced country with technologies, with all these things. So I don't even see the reason why I'm comment. And another thing is, if you actually go to most Russian malls or supermarkets, you will find deaf people. I've met them a couple of times. Deaf people that can't even talk. So even when you're trying to say, they'll just use hands to do. So deaf people that can't even talk. So imagine you that you can talk, but you don't understand the language. You can do gestures. There are so many times that I want to buy something in the supermarket. I don't know. I'll just go online, snap the picture. I'll show them. No, yeah, not this one. I'll type it again. Go translate like that. So you can actually survive in a language country even without learning the language. But I always advise it is always good to learn the language so that you can integrate into the system better, because everybody, not just like we Yorubas, when an able person is trying to speak Yoruba, it's always sounding funny to us. Like, this your Yoruba. Is always, everybody likes it when you're trying to speak their language. It makes it feel this sense of belonging and this thing. So Russians like it more when you speak their language to them. Everybody likes it. Like if I'm outside and speak Yoruba to me, it give me joy that if they follow me speak English, so it's just like that. So this is me saying you don't have to learn the language to survive in Russia, but you should actually still learn it, because there are a lot of English speaking university. And this is what brings me to me talking about this topic here, that you can actually study and work in Russia. When I left 2019, I left because of money, right? Like I told you, I was staying outside the school stay. I think my rent was like 150k or 200k then, right? Yeah. So one of the reasons I left was because of money. Assuming there was this law, I am sure I would not have left. So I think last year or last year, Vladimir Putin, like president of Russia, actually introduced a new law that students can now work and study. When I found out, I was like, Putin, and aside that, another thing is, if you actually study in Russia, right, in courses like medicine, nursing, and all those things, you can now have up to 5 years residency. Russia, that time, once you graduate in Russia, as you are saying, congratulations, doctor. In not even more than 1 month. Oh yeah, you left Nigeria. At that time, they did not allow those doctors to stay. As you are saying, congratulations, Dr. Kinikon, you spent 6 years university. Before you know it, they've left Russia. They never allowed them to spend 1 second inside Russia. But now, after studying, you can actually write their residency, write their exam, do your residency in Russia before you actually go to anywhere. Isn't that cool? So a whole lot of things have really changed. A whole lot of things has banned. I was not even aware about this thing, so that's why I did not really talk about it. Because then, when we studied then, we were the odogu because we were spending money. We could not work. So this is me saying, and this is not me not saying, Russia is not as advanced as UK, as US, that if you work 1 hour, that money, if you send them back, it will make sense. If you're to convert Russia to NAIRA, is 8.9. Like 1 Russian ruble, we give you like 9 naira. 8.9 naira. 1 ruble, we give you 8.9 naira. So Russia is 8.9 worth more than Nigerian rubles, right? Nigerian naira, sorry. And then their minimum wage is 140 rubles. Yeah, I think 140 rubles per hour. So I don't know if they've increased it. And again, it's depending on the job, it's depending on the location. And then another thing that is going to affect is, like I told you guys, I actually stayed in Russia without learning the language, and I was fine. I didn't have this, but please, if you're planning to study and work, it is advisable you actually learn the language, because you have difficulty trying to find a job if you cannot speak the language. In as much as we have some jobs that will not really make you speak, like this supermarket I talked about, that I met some people that were deaf, they have this auditory impairment, and they were working in the supermarket. All those ones, you can get those jobs. But maybe if you have to work in the restaurants, that there is always, they will require you to understand the language, even if it's not this intensive understanding, like this one, dobe utrom, dobredin, what do you want me auntie clinical. So please, if you're planning to actually study and work in Russia, please, you have to learn the language. There is no two way about it. There is no boycott. If not, the jobs you'll be seeing is all these career pay jobs. And this is me saying as well, just like I said, country is not them. Russia is not this advanced country like UK, like Canada, that their minimum wage will sweep you off your feet. Russia, yeah, right. So if you're planning to study in Russia, The thing you can do for yourself, please make sure you have at least your 1 or 2 year tuition inside your account. And then please, because like I said, their minimum wage is not high. But the thing is, schooling in Russia is the cheapest ever you can find. Wait, I'll tell you some things. It's the cheapest ever. You can get tuition as low as depending on your course. For medicine now, right, 2,500. The funny thing is, if you go online to go and check cheap universities in Russia, a whole lot will pop up. And thing is, when you reach out to these schools, they will tell you they don't apply, they don't attend to applicant directly. You have to go through their agent. Do you not know where the problem is? Only for you to go through the agent, they will tell you. For example, you can see 2,500 on the school website. They will tell you, go to their agent. When you go to their agents, when agents will give you bill, agents will be telling you that the school fees of that school is $5,000, and then their own fee, they will charge you admin fee, they will charge the clinical fee. When you accumulate it, it's almost getting to 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. Waiting happen. So that is something, that is the tricky thing about schools in Russia. Majority of them, a greater percent, let me not just say all of them, in fact all of them, because before I came here, I've made a lot of research. They like you to partner with their agents. They don't like to attend to students at all. You have to come through their agent, and coming through this agent is expensive. Some of them, they can tell you the school fees is $20,000. What are you going to do? The school is not attending you. So that is one thing I don't like about Russia. So that was why I made this research, a whole lot of extensive research, and I am here to tell you that if you get to a school and the website is telling you $2,500, $500, trust me, that is the money you are gonna pay. Nobody is inflating your tuition fee. Nobody is inflating your money. And do you know, funny enough, this and another thing about Russian study agents or all these Indian agents that actually collide this, they will tell you your tuition fee, maybe a tuition fee of $3,000, right, or $2,000. They can tell you it's $7,000, and they will tell you have to pay before you come. Do you know another thing you can do? They will make you sign a contract that your tuition fee is $7,000 for the full year, because sometimes you can feel like, okay, Shebi, it's just 7,000 first year, at least next year I'll start paying my 2,000 in peace. So you will sign a document too. So every year you have to be paying your tuition fee through them. So they will send $2,000 to the school. They will keep 5,000. 5,000. So it is always best to apply directly to the school, or make sure to use an agent that will not actually inflate your money. And once an agent is telling you we sign one document, just know it will work out. So this is me saying I have my own agency that whatever you see on the school website as your tuition fee is me saying I do have an agency in Russia that whatever you see on the school website as tuition fee is what you're going to pay, and then we'll charge our own money. So to assist you with getting admission in Russia, your visa processing, all those tests, all those clinical, is just 1,000 USD only. 1,000 USD, and please, it is subject to change you. So this 1,000 USD, depending on when you pay, we are going to use the same day rate, because of course I have to pay my people that is there, and they use the same day rate to convert. So if you go to your school website or any school and you are seeing $200 for tuition fee, that is going to be your tuition fee. The only thing you're going to pay me and my team members is 1,000 USD. And will help you. I know some of you might be like, it's a whole lot of money, and can't you apply yourself? You know the deal now. Shebi, you know the school website, you have their contact information, you have their email. And most schools, they used to even write the list of agents that they partner with. Go and be chatting them. I've just told you now, so feel free. Explore. But this is me telling you, if you are coming through me, my team and I, whatever you see on your school fees, it is what exactly you pay, and you're paying your money with your hand when you're in Russia, with your hand, unless if embassy states otherwise that you need your payment receipt. But as at when I'm making this video, it is not compulsory to make your payments before visa. You can make it when you are there. The only thing that you are paying me in cash is your 1,000 USD service charge, and then your other processing, like your legalization, your clinical, will assist you with that, but you are paying your money with your hand, right? And then another thing is, for your legalization and everything, where, like I said, I have a team I work with. You don't have to travel to Abuja, but you have to go to, if you're in Nigeria, you have to go to Abuja for your visa. But If your school is requesting for legalization before that, you have to pay for that, for them to help you, right? And I think it's like 100K or something, right? So any step you need regarding Russia application, please, there's no direct work visa. I'm not talking about work visa. It is study and work. So if you are not a student, for now, study and work that I am saying. No full time. Some of them want to ask about family. I don't really know about family, and Russia is not a place I can say move with your family because the earnings are low. Though the cost of living is low, but the earnings are low, and because of your child, enrolling the child, please, I don't want to be caught in that. So I'll prefer somebody that is single, or if it is two single adults or two adults that are dating. Two adults, I prefer adults. Please, all those family kids. So Russia is not a place I would really advise for family to move to because it's not that promising. The language barrier, the types of jobs you can get, and all of those things. So it's always better if you're a single person, or maybe people that can leave their children at home. And so Russia is not really a place to actually hustle. So this video is more like if you really want to study in real life, in reality, between you and I, let's not lie. Come up from if you really want to study, for example, maybe you're trying to get medicine in Nigeria, you're not getting it. This video is for you. If you're trying to get nursing, engineering, or any of these courses that you've not been getting, Russia is for you. But like I said, make sure to have at least your 1 year tuition and living expenses with you, so that not like when you get there you'll be overworking yourself. You'll be saying, like I said, the minimum wage per hour is 140 rubles, and it actually vary depending on the job. Depending, another factor for that will make you get at least a high paying job is if you can speak the language. Nobody will come and be paying you plenty money if you cannot speak language. It is not possible. Then how many hours can students work? I think it's a normal 20 hours per week too as well. Though some people work higher, it's normal 20 hours per day. Is there any plan for permanent residency in Russia? I don't know. I did not actually check that, but me, I know that after your graduation they can give you this extension to actually work. And lately I actually saw a news that Russia is in very need of workers, right? People to actually work for them. And the other thing that you might want to be skeptical about is what if you go there and they now throw bomb? I understand your feeling, and that was why yesterday or a few days ago I downloaded the Russian map itself. Belarus is in the north of Russia, whereas Ukraine is at the east of Russia. So I just tried to all those things. So like I said, the schools I am currently working on, and I made research about, for example, normally Russia is the most powerful country in in the whole world. Normally there's nobody that can actually bomb Russia. I think we all know that. But then let's always think about the extreme. Even if they bomb, there's a maximum distance that any bomb can fly, which is what I checked yesterday. The highest a bomb can throw is 12.5 miles, right? Or 12.5 kilometers, I can't remember. And it's Russia in themselves going that they have the most powerful weapon. Russia themselves, they have the most powerful. So where did another person want to see another power to overcome Jesus? I'm not saying, but I'm just saying we know who the president is. There are some things that is sure. Nobody can just wake up and say I want to bomb Russia when you're not mad. And again, you all know that Russia is the highest producing oil, for metal, for so many things, and that is why we are experiencing hike in things. Most of these things, they are coming from Russia. So before somebody will actually wake up and say no, we want to bomb Russia, you want to cripple the whole world in a year. So Russia is like the power line to all of us in this life, in this health. So it is not a country. So a country that they can easily do all those things is a country that is not benefiting. This, God forbid now they decide to bomb Nigeria. We are exporting oil, sorry. So Russia is not that country. But then I understand the fear that this thing. So that is why I was able to get schools that are far from the border. God forbid, just like even Ukraine, with everything that happened, it is not a part of Ukraine that got affected. Nobody. Did you hear of any Nigerian person that was affected? It is not a part of this thing. So you should make sure that you avoid staying, even if to avoid staying in those areas that is close to the border. And I have friends that they are even in Crimea, that same Crimea that Russia took from Ukraine. I have friends that are there, that are living up. But these ones, they even do as if they don't even know what's in the happen. So despite the ongoing anything, Russia is still one of the safest country you can be. There's no kidnapping. The only thing is, okay, you feel like, what if the other people, they try to retaliate and everything? Then another thing we want to talk about is the sanctions. Yeah, there's actually sanctions in Russia, but trust me, feel free to go online and watch videos and type Russia under sanctions. You will see that sanction is just news. And that's why I told you that they don't portray anything good about Russia in the media, but then when you're there, you know that Russia is a very is a good country as well, right? So if you go online to search all those brand that say they are gonna leave Russia, they're gonna Kennecan, the only thing that they did, they just changed their name. For example, this burger, there's this popular burger. The only thing is they just use marker to remove one letter. All of them, they are still inside Russia. They did not go because they know that there is market there, and these Russians, they have money. You get? So they just made it seem like, okay, we are leaving, we are not in support of this that happened. Of course, nobody is in support of what happened, of course, yeah. But then, yeah, nobody is in support. Just so the only ones that I feel like their real sanctions are this, maybe MasterCard payments, this thing and everything. And then aside that, even before anything happened, you cannot use your card outside Nigeria. So there are these people that does this black beauty change. Nigerians that do that, you send them NAIRA, they will send you rubles, right? Just like I've told you, 1 rubles is 8.9 NAIRA. So you send NAIRA to their account, they will send you rubles. So that was where we've been earning money even before anything happened. So this is me just saying, they said there is sanction, there is no food. Type Russia, you will see real video of how the super. In fact, when you see some mall safe, is fuller than. Maybe in Nigeria there is no sanction, but if you compare the mall in Russia and compare it with ShopRite, the biggest ShopRite here, you will be asking that in Nigeria and Russia, which one is undergoing sanction? They don't even look like they are going through sanction. So the sanction is just, they were just putting it on the media. There is sanction, there is this, there is. So if you know you're somebody that actually genuinely want to study and you did not get your favorite course in Nigeria, or maybe you can't afford UK and you genuinely want to study medicine, anything, like I said, I have schools that is lower than, depending on the course, the minimum I was able to get for medicine is $2,500 per year. In fact, it's not even up to 2,500, it's like 2,400 and kidney but I just did approximation. So 2,000 for medicine, 2,500 USD. For nursing, and medicine is the most expensive, obviously. That's the most expensive out of anything. So definitely, if you're studying something like pharmacy, like nursing, you're looking like maybe 2,150 and clinical. And then something about Russia is they allow you to do part payments. I know some of my distance too, they were not even paying their money as long as you pay. And again, accommodation, the accommodation too is cheap. You can get hostel accommodation for $500 per year. You can get like $500 per year. Yes, hostel accommodation. Yeah, the whole lot. So accommodation is extremely cheap, but because of my OCD nature, because I can't share accommodation, then how much is apartment? Depending on where you actually find yourself, the location and everything. Apartments, you can get $100 apartments per month. You can get $150. You can get $120, and then you can actually share. And then with bills, like I said, depending on where you actually find yourself and depending on your taste. For somebody like me, I cannot stay in $100 apartment because I have OCD. I prefer all this new house. So if you want a new house, you can be looking at $150, $200, $250. Maybe as somebody that you don't mind, house na house. But me, I get height. See where I'm staying now. So if somebody like me want to rent house, maybe we're looking at 500 upwards. So depending on your taste, depending on your personality, and you can stay in your stay as well. There are a lot of Nigerians or Africans actually staying in the hostel. And then another question I want to ask: if you're coming to me and you want to apply, can you know the name of your school? No. The only thing I'm guaranteeing you is your school will be far, the city in your school will be far from the city, so it will be far from the border, and it will be very, very cheap. I'm not telling you the name of the school. When you do your processing, so if you know that you have any allergy to any city in Russia, when you are coming, list it. I don't want Moscow, I don't want Cusco, I don't want Rostovo. I'll check my list, but me, I know they disclose the name of the city that you are going to. But what I've assured you is your tuition fee is 2,500 on the dot, or less than that, depending on the course you're going for, depending on and then the only money you're paying to me is our service charge, and to cover from helping you from the admission process to your invitation letter to your visa application, all those things, to assist you with everything, right? Any other payment you have to make, you make it with your hand. Like, for example, visa fee, you pay it with your hand to the embassy. And the education, you pay with your hand, so that you don't feel like somebody is trying to make inflated prices for you. No, this is our service charge. This is your tuition fee. And like I said, your tuition fee, you can't pay it with your hand when you get to Russia, unless the visa application actually states otherwise. And once you got in your admission letter or processing this thing, right, you can easily go to the school website to go and check their price. It's not. And the other thing is, what's the payment plan? You're paying your full money before the start of work, because it's a continuous process. You pay your $1,000 and then they'll start the process for you. They won't share that in somebody was any other question, stay it in the comment section and maybe I could reply, or I'll make a video about it. So guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one.